dollar you.
Hey, let that shit ride, Ty.
Bitch, go right there. I'ma take them down through there. Let them see how I really get down. I do better with nobody around. CEO build my shit from the ground, the king of the mountain. I'ma take them down through there. Let them see how I really get down. I do better with nobody around. CEO build my shit from the ground, the king of the mountain. I'ma take them down through there. Cottonwood where it started for me. First fight at the end of the street, on God, I was 6 years old, no CAP. Hey, mama stood right there, said he gon' be letting of the hood right there. Go mix with a bull right there, tow truck, that nigga got pulled right there. Hey, yeah, I'ma take him down through there. Look, man, my role models, all of them dead. Got me fucked up all in the head, go to sleep with the blick laying out in the bed. Yeah, I'ma take him down through there. Plenty reading, don't trust no hope. Hard been stepped on and broke, but I bet you that shit.
All right, you guys. Thank you for joining the CyntSaidIt podcast show. And here is another video. You guys, it's going to be another brief video. I apologize. I have not gone live. But again, I'm working on something so that when I do go live, it's going to be an exclusive interview. Okay, so that's what I'm working on, as well as some other things. So you guys, I thank you all for being patient with with myself. So we got some breaking news, you guys. But before I get started, this site is for education and entertainment purposes. Therefore, everything that I say after this, you guys, is allegedly. Okay, we got breaking news. I also, before I get started, want to shout out. Okay, I can't get out. Shout out to all my new subs coming in, my day one subs. I appreciate each and every last one of you. Oh, yes. I love you all. Thank you. Thank you for downloading the podcast, the Spreaker app for my podcast, other major platforms that I'm on. I appreciate that again. Okay. Also, shout out to my moderators. Shout out to my family and friends that support the channel. Thank you. Okay. Your loyalty is well recognized. Okay. My family and friends that are supporting me. Thank you. Thank you guys for the comments. I see them coming. Thank you. I appreciate that too. So yeah, I wanted to get that out the way also. And thanks to my new Cream team. Yes, I am moderating for Cream and in the mix over there, co-hosting with Isha. And we're the Cream team. And when I say we have it going on Mondays, okay, Wednesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays. Okay. Yes. So we have the Monday mixer on Monday. Okay. Wednesday is WET, which stands for Women Empowerment Talk. Okay. Thursday is Tipsy Thursday. Okay. Yes. So anybody can get it on Thursday, Tipsy Thursday. And Friday is Freaky Friday. So yes, come and join us on those days. Okay, with Creaming in the Mix. Okay, yes. So thanks to everyone. I love you all. Okay, now let's get to this breaking news, you guys. So it's always something going on over here in New York. But let me share my screen so we can see kind of what happened on this subway train, you guys, and all these people running off this subway train. So I'm gonna stop the cam for a second because I'm gonna share my screen. Let me pull up the video that I have for you guys so we can take a look at it. Okay, I'm going to take it back a little and let me unmute it also. Let's see. Okay, hold on. I guess when I expanded it. Now. Okay, so Looks like they're trying to get off of the train. Smoke is everywhere. Okay, so let me stop. Hold on. Let me go out of this altogether so that it won't come back up and interrupt me. So let me stop sharing my screen. And I'm going to discuss this. All right. So based off the video, looks like a lot of smoke was going on that train. People trying to get the hell up out of there. You know, can't blame them. They was trying to get up out of there. Okay. So hold on, because before I exited out of it, I did want to, let me go back to it, you guys. Hold on. Okay. So let me get back to it because, however, I did want to read what happened to you guys. Not happened to you guys, but I want to tell you guys what happened. So it said at least 16 people were injured, including 10 who were shot when a suspect set off a smoke grenade and unleashed gunfire on a Brooklyn subway train during Tuesday morning rush hour. So the NYPD and law enforcement sources told the Post. And shout out to the Post for reporting this and getting that footage of them coming right off of that train, and so we can kind of get a feel of what was actually going on. And this all was this morning. Okay, so I'm gonna say allegedly, but we all can see, and I'm gonna drop the link to it as well so y'all can go back to it. So this is what they're saying, that the gunman possibly disguised as a MTA construction worker and wearing a gas mask. So he launched his bloody assault around 8:30 a.m. this morning on a Manhattan train, and this was at 36th Street Station in Sunset Park, where authorities later discovered several detonated devices, and the fire department of New York and police said. So the suspect is to believe to have set off the smoke grenade moments before firing off a barrage of bullets. And this is what the police sources told the Post. Okay. Also, the cops and sources said at least 5 people were shot in the third car of the train, and that others were injured by smoke inhalation. Okay, so a pregnant woman was among those hospitalized, sources said. Okay, so there were 16 people injured, including 10 who were shot. So 10 people were shot in the gruesome incident. Okay, and I'm going to share my screen again because I want you all to see. I want y'all to see some of these photos. Hold on, let me put it up because... And let's take a look at what the world went on. So this is just some of the photos from the train that we just saw the video. So y'all see all this smoke, people laying all on the floor and shit, like blood all over here on this one. I guess this is one of the victims that was shot, because I do see blood on the floor. And it's just a mess. So they're showing blood on the floor there. And this is somebody shot, but he seemed they may be okay, but I do see the blood on the floor. These are just the images, you guys. These are some of the images from their train this morning. So it was a mess. Imagine being on, man, I couldn't even imagine being on this damn train. So these are more images. Okay. Other people trying to help, you know, other people, which I thought that was good. That was dope of them. Everybody trying to assist in helping the ones that were injured. These are just more photos again of all the smoke. So I guess now they got to figure out what's the motive in all this. Is this? Let me see if this is another. Yeah, this is another part of the video. Let's watch this one. Let's see. So I don't know why it keeps doing that, but so it's not going to really let us watch it. Okay, so I'm just going to stop there. And we'll look at some more photos. So this is just some of the officers going for the rescue, and there's some of the victims. And these are just the victims being carried out. More victims in these photos. As we can see, a lot went on. So the injured were taken to the New York University Langone of Brooklyn. There's a hospital there. So the Mayor Eric Adams, okay, has been briefed in the incident, and a spokesperson said, and the NYPD is slated to have a news briefing from the scene at about 11:30 a.m. So that should be going on right now. So hold on. Let me stop sharing my screen a second. Give me a second, y'all. Bear with me. Let's see if we can find the briefing that's going on right now. Hold on. Okay, let's see. Yes, so here's they're live right now, it looks like. And if they are, we're going to go over here and take a look. Let me go back to sharing my screen so you guys can see what I'm seeing, okay? Because I'm trying to be nosy, and I know y'all are. Let's see.
From the MTA will give us the status of the system, and then we'll be able to entertain some limited questions. There will be another briefing later this afternoon where we'll be able to update that, and then additional briefings as needed. First Deputy Mayor Lorraine Grillo.
Thank you, John. So from the very minute this incident occurred, the mayor and I have been on the phone monitoring the situation constantly. We have worked with all of our agencies, the FDNY, NYPD, OEM, all of the agencies who have worked really hard together, and we continue to throw all of the city's resources at this situation. We've made all of the resources available, and we'll work with the Office of Emergency Management for any additional needs. I'm going to ask Police Commissioner Keyshawn Sewell to speak to you and give you an update on the events of today. Thank you.
Good afternoon. We're here to update New Yorkers about an active shooting incident that took place this morning inside the 36th Street subway station on the N line. I want to begin by assuring the public that there are currently no known explosive devices on our subway trains, and this is not being investigated as an act of terrorism at this time. We can also report that although this was a violent incident, reportedly we have no one with life-threatening injuries as a result of this case. This investigation is only hours old, so please note this information is subject to change. Just before 8:24 this morning, as a Manhattan-bound N train waited to enter the 36th Street station, an individual on that train donned what appeared to be a gas mask. He then took a canister out of his bag and opened it. The train at that time began to fill with smoke. He then opened fire, striking multiple people on the subway and in the platform. Again, we will describe him as an individual. He is being reported as a male black, approximately 5 feet 5 inches tall with a heavy build. He was wearing a green construction type vest and a hooded sweatshirt. The color is gray. At this time, we are working with our federal partners, where we are asking for the public's help. Anyone with information, videos or photographs, no matter how insignificant they think it may be, is encouraged to call Crime Stoppers at 800-577-TIPS. All calls are strictly confidential. I'd like to turn it over to the FDNY to give information about the victims. Oh, I'm sorry. I apologize. The governor would like to speak now. Governor Hope, my apologies.
That's right. Good afternoon. This morning, ordinary New Yorkers woke up in anticipation of a relatively normal day. They left their homes en route to school, en route to their jobs, and to a normal day, as I mentioned. That sense of tranquility and normalness was disrupted, brutally disrupted, by an individual so cold-hearted and depraved of heart that they had no caring about the individuals that they assaulted as they simply went about their daily lives. This individual is still on the loose. This person is dangerous. They're asking individuals to be very vigilant and alert. You'll get more reports on specificity as the day goes on. So this is an active shooter situation right now in the city of New York. I just got off the phone with the mayor. He's recovering well. He is monitoring. He's actively engaged in the situation. I wanted to let him know that the people of the entire state of New York stand with the people of this city, this community, and we say no more. No more mass shootings. No more disrupting lives. No more creating heartbreak for people just trying to live their lives as normal New Yorkers. It has to end, and it ends now. And we are sick and tired of reading headlines about crime, whether they're mass shootings or the loss of a teenage girl or a 13-year-old. It has to stop. I'm committing the full resources of our state to fight this surge of crime, this insanity that is seizing our city, because we want to get back to normal. It has been a long, hard 2 years. That's what we crave, that sense of stability and normalcy. And this is what the mayor and I are going to continue to work toward. And I thank the partners, the brave people of the MTA, the first ones who had the sense, the drivers of the train, to leave the station to make sure no more victims could be hurt. The NYPD, FDNY, state police, everyone involved in this has one purpose, and is to stop the insanity of these crimes. You'll hear now from our fire department. I want to thank them for being there to help us diffuse a volatile situation, but we'll be giving continued reports as this day unfolds. Again, we ask everyone to be careful, be cautious, report what you see. It is likely that someone out there listening to this is going to help us lead us to that individual. You have a description of what they're wearing. You know the details. But this is the day we pull together as New Yorkers, united in a common purpose to say no more. And that is what I'm going to continue to do as the governor of the state of New York, working with our local partners right here. Thank you.
Thank you, Governor. Good afternoon. This morning, the FDNY received reports of gunshot victims in the subway. Thanks to their quick response, we were able to treat 16 patients. 10 of those patients are suffering from gunshot wounds at this time, and 5 of them are in critical but stable condition in our local hospitals.
Can you say that again?
Yes, we have 16 total patients. 10 of them are suffering from gunshot wounds, and 5 of them are in critical but stable condition at this time. I'm going to pass it over to the MTA for an update on our subways.
Okay. First of all, we have to thank the NYPD and the FDNY and the whole team who've done so much to protect us and help immediately to recover from this situation. And I also need to acknowledge the MTA workers who had the foresight to immediately move a train that was on the platform, the R train, out of the station so it could carry people to safety. That was smart thinking. Right now, B service is suspended, W service is suspended. The D and the N and the R are running with suspensions and some shuttle buses. And folks should check the website for latest. Obviously, it's a disrupted day, but a lot of the system is in fact running. I just want to say one thing on a personal note, which is on 9/11, I stood on 4th Avenue and watch people, New Yorkers, come back from that tragedy. And I thought I watched New Yorkers help each other and storekeepers walk out and give people water. That was the same thing we saw on the platform today. We saw New Yorkers in a difficult situation, an emergency, helping each other. That's the subway riders. That's who New Yorkers are. Every day they're showing people in the subway, which is our public space, that New Yorkers of all varieties can come together in small spaces and get along and create something bigger. That's what we remember in these emergencies, as well as the tragedy and the thought for the quick recovery of the victims. Is New Yorkers are incredibly resilient, just as they are in every emergency, and we thank them for what they've done, and we thank the governor and the mayor for their leadership in all of our recovery from COVID and from every one of these challenges.
So, just to reiterate, we're going to be very limited in what we are able to answer in questions. Just to also underline our partners here, we got Mike Regan. Mike Regan is the Assistant Special Agent in charge of the Joint Terrorism Task Force with the FBI and NYPD. John DeVito from ATF, who's helping us with tracing efforts and investigation. He's the Special Agent in charge for New York City. Or the Brooklyn District Attorney, Eric Gonzalez, who is also here. And, of course, Chief Ken Corey, Chief of Department, and First Deputy Commissioner Ed Caban. So we'll start off with questions for the police.
Was the shooting on the train? Was the shooting on the train or on the platform? Was the suspect on the platform or in the train? And did it all happen in the 36th Street station, or what happened down to 25th Street?
The suspect was in the train car. The shooting began in the train car.
Commissioner, can you give us some more detail exactly what happened in the car? Did the suspect say anything? What type of weapon did he have? And what was going on inside the car as this all happened?
So, as I stated before, we're only able to get a limited information because it's under investigation. As the train was pulling into the station, the subject put on a gas mask. He then opened a canister that was in his bag, and then the car filled with smoke. After that, he began shooting.
Guys, one time, guys, one time! Commissioner, does this appear to be random? Any idea why this individual did this and did this here?
We do not know the motive at this time, but we're not ruling anything out.
You know if the security gunshots, are they shrapnel wounds? What are the other injuries that were not gunshots?
There are a variety of other injuries, from smoke inhalation to shrapnel to panic from the incident.
When you say shrapnel, what was the shrapnel coming from?
It could be from anything. It's still under investigation at this time, so it could be a grazing from a bullet. It could be from the panic after following the incident.
Not from an explosive device.
Not at this time.
Any ideas of suspects where they slept? Train tracks? Any idea of whereabouts?
That's subject to investigation. We're endeavoring to determine that right now.
Okay, Josh.
Why were the trains not?
Why do you connect this more to gun violence and not terrorism as a state? Why rule out terrorism?
I'm not ruling out anything. We're determining what that motive is, and we'll find that out as an investigation.
Were the victims tend to one particular ethnic group?
No, sir. The victims have a variety.
Is anything else recovered down there?
Hang on. We got time for about 2 more.
Why were the trains not shut down immediately? And if they were, could it have been easier to catch the suspect?
That's not the case.
How were the cameras working in the subway station?
Sorry, I didn't hear you.
Were the cameras working in the subway station?
That's under investigation as we speak.
Do you suspect if it's an MTA worker, given that they were wearing a construction vest? Or
We have not
not a city worker or something?
We have not identified the subject. He was wearing a green type construction.
Governor Hochul, do you want to comment on the arrest of your Lieutenant Governor Ron Benjamin? Did he speak to you this morning? Were you aware? Will you continue to campaign with him?
I'll be happy to report on that later today. We'll have a statement out there. I've not had a chance to speak to him. I was doing media interviews this morning, but this is not the place, but I will be addressing it very shortly. Let's focus on the fact that there are people in a hospital right now fighting for their lives. Those are the people we're thinking about and praying for at this moment.
All right, thank you very much. Listen, we're going to get... Hang on a second. We're going to get back to you with a time for an update later. The information is developing. We expect to have more later, and that will not be here. That will be either at the precinct or headquarters. We'll find an appropriate location where we have enough room and we can do this in a controlled environment.
She said the other precinct is not here. It's contained.
Well, it'll be announced. It'll be announced. Guys, we can come get our mics, please. Yeah, I think we're gonna start restoring vehicular traffic on 4th Avenue. So.
It was said there were. Right now, we know 10 gunshot wounds, 5 victims.
Yes. Let's go.
All right. I'm going to stop there. Okay. Let me stop sharing my screen because I hope you guys were paying attention and listening to what was being said, even though some of it was kind of low because and it wasn't the volume on my end because everything was turning up all the ways, I guess, because they were outside and there's a lot going on around them. And they wasn't all the way stepped up to the mic, I think, and speaking kind of loudly in the mic. So, but what I got, and I'm kind of confused on, is when one of the reporters asked a question because about, did they know anything about the suspect and what, well, the first officer that got up there and spoke immediately, he said that it's not an act of terrorist. Okay, remember that. He said that wasn't an act of terrorist. But when the sister got up there, not the sister, the other lady got up there, she said that we're not ruling anything out. Okay, so to me, what I got out of that allegedly is that we're not ruling. You don't know if it was an act of terror or not at this point because you're still under investigation. So to throw that out there immediately is say, oh, but it wasn't an act of terror, but y'all don't know that yet because you're still investigating. Okay, so I got that out of that. Okay, also I got that they haven't identified the suspect. Okay, I was kind of jotting down some of the things that they were saying in it. But while we were being distracted and all this is going on, okay, let me go back over here to the ACLU. And I know you guys remember on the video that I did where they were over there allegedly requesting that $3-some million for the immigration people. Remember that? Okay. Them people, the ACLU. Well, let me tell y'all, while we were being distracted over here and what's going on in Brooklyn and on this train, and all the other distractions before today, okay, let me stop my cam and share my screen for a moment, and I want to show y'all something else. While we're being distracted, this is what's going on. They're over here passing bills like this. The Senate Bill 5959, and I want you all to go and look this bill up because this bill that they just passed right up under our nose, it's going to harm our communities, you all. Just pay attention because this bill, and I'm going to read what this bill is in this bill and what's going on with it, okay? So today, and this was on February the 9th, 2022, is when they passed it. In the midst of everything going on, we get distracted. They keep passing these bills. So the Washington State Senate passed Senate Bill 5959. This is a bill that expands the law enforcement's ability to use physical force. Let me repeat that. A bill that expands law enforcement's ability to use physical force. Okay. Yeah, that's the bill that they just passed. Okay. Now, Anoka Eric Police Practices and Immigration Council at the ACLU of Washington had the following statement. It's a disappointing to see the Senate rush through a bill that will harm communities. Okay, so particularly the communities of color and people with disabilities. Now, just that right there disgusts me. So you mean to tell me they sit up here and pass a bill to make law enforcement be able to physically harm us more than what they're already doing? And it's particularly in the communities of color and people with disabilities. Okay, pay attention, you all. I'm telling you all, this is why I created this channel to raise awareness to my people. And that's what I tend to do. Okay, so I'm gonna keep letting y'all know every time I see something that's going to expose them. Oh, you best believe I'm gonna expose their ass. I'm going to expose the fuck out of them because I'm disgusted right now as to this. We sleeping over here and they over here passing these damn bills like this. Okay. So the effectiveness of those bills is indicated by data showing a 62% decrease in police killings since their enactment last year. So basically this bill, okay, this bill expands police powers and lowers the standards for when an officer can use physical force, authorizing officers to use physical force when they have little more than a hunch that someone was involved in wrongdoing. So in other words, what they're telling you is that you can look if their ass is wrong, and if they feel like you're, how am I put it, you know, aggressive in any form of fashion, then they have the right to use some type of physical force on you. Okay, they have that right now. They have that right now. So officers already have the tools they need to investigate crime and prevent someone from fleeing. But this bill, this SB 5919's dangerous authorization to use physical force under the law, reasonable suspicion. Peep that, y'all. The wording, it's the wording you got to pay attention to. Reasonable suspicion. Okay. Standard will increase harm to communities of color and people with disabilities. Communities disproportionately impacted by police violence. This bill, okay, and others like it in the legislature, including House Bills 2037 and 1788, were drafted and advanced without the support or input of the communities that will bear the negative effects if they become law. You see what I'm saying? This is why they distract us, and I'm gonna stop sharing my screen on that and discuss it for a second. This is why they distract us, you guys. Are y'all woke? Are y'all paying attention to what's going on? Are y'all seeing this? This is why we are getting distractions. This is why allegedly, and I'm gonna say allegedly, all this chaos is going on. They're sending these shooters out here. Yeah, I said it. They sending these shooters out here to distract us on these mass shootings and shit like that, right? Okay, so that they can go ahead behind our back and pass these type of bills without the communities getting involved, because we're so distracted on over here at these incidents that's going on that they keep putting out here. Okay, with the war in Ukraine going on, you know, gas prices high, food and went up, everything. Okay, all these are distractions to keep our minds from the bigger picture and what's really going on, so that we can't get involved in our communities and go and vote some of this shit. Okay, so that they won't be able to pass some of these bills. Okay, so again, I had to make this video, and again, I'm working on going live, you guys, because I thank you all for being patient. I do. But I had to report the breaking news. So even though I'm not going live, you guys, I'm going to be dropping videos, okay? I'm going to be dropping videos when I can't go live, so that you all can stay aware. And also, again, if I'm not live, you can always come over and join us on Creaming in the Mix, because she's live and I'm over there moderating for her. And sometimes I come on the panel. We have discussions. So you all are welcome. Actually, I want you all to come over and join me on Monday. Okay, again, Monday for Monday Mixer, Wednesday for Women Empowerment Talk, Tips Say Thursday, and Freaky Friday. So you all welcome. Okay, so yes. Also, I'm going to conclude the video on this video, and I want to make sure I'm not leaving anything out before I end the video. And so we went over the 16 injured in Brooklyn. We watched the briefing, and so they're going to come back and do another briefing. So you guys be on the lookout. I won't be showing the next briefing that they do, the NYPD do, but just be on the lookout. You guys tune in somewhere, maybe YouTube or on the news. I'm pretty sure CNN. It's all over the news now. 4, 5, 8, 11, CNN, all over the news as to what's going on. Keep you guys updated and informed. Okay. So yes, again, I want to thank you all. Thank my subs. If you have not subscribed to the channel, go ahead and hit that button. It's absolutely free. Okay. Also hit the like button on this video and drop a comment. Okay. In this question, I want to know in the comments, drop in the comments, are these incidents distractions, or you think they're not distractions? It's just coincidence. I want to know, do you think that what's going on, even with the train shooting, is part of the plan of a distraction? Let me know. Drop it in the comments, you guys. And until next time, I will see you guys on the next video. And again, hit that like button on the way out. And I want to thank you all again for joining me on this beautiful Tuesday. And you all have a great rest of the day. And happy Tuesday.